Hi, this is Shop Talk. I'm Pia Honteveros. Dubbing foreign cartoons and telenovelas to Filipino created a demand for voice actors. With this trend continuing, there is a constant need for talents who can make a character stand out just by tweaking his or her voice. In this episode, we'll talk about the art of voice acting and what it needs to break and what you need to break into the industry. In this first segment, we're joined by Pocholo Gonzales. He's Managing Director and CEO of CreatiVoices, and Brian Ligsay. He's Marketing Director and COO also of CreatiVoices. Hi, Pocholo and Brian. Thank you for coming back to the show. You were here early January, no?
Yeah. Thank you for having us again.
Yeah, and I remember that time what we had you guys do was do some of the voices that you've been doing all these years.
We had a very interesting topic during that time because a lot of the response came from people who would want to become voice actors, but we never did talk about the details on how you become one, or how do you break into the business, how do you convert it into a business because it's your number one product, your voice, diba? How do you take care of your voice and everything? So maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, pero just a little background muna about you, how you guys broke into the business. Ikaw muna, Brian. You've been in it for 12 years, no?
Yes, in fact, I started out when I was still 16 years old. I started out as a DJ, and when I came here in Manila, nagpalipat-lipat ako ng radio stations.
A DJ where? In the province?
Sa province, may local radio campus kami doon. And then when I got here...
Saan? What province?
That was Zamboanga City. I'm actually a Chavacano or Zamboangueño.
Okay. Okay.
So when I got back here in Manila, nagpalipat-lipat ako ng radio station from Cool 106 to Energy FM, former K91 FM, 91.5. And local radio stations in Green Hills.
Okay, and then how did you get into voice acting?
Well, kasi being a DJ requires a different set of skills. During my time, way back in the late 90s and early 2000, ang mga DJs noon, puro mga CDs pa. So you have to, aside from managing and entertaining the people listening to you, you'll have to have skill for controlling everything or programming everything inside the studio or the booth. Kasi one-man job lang yun. Nagsimula ako doing live VOs for events.
Voiceover
for events. And then may mga break-ins ako for commercials and radio drama. Nagsulat din ako.
In other words, it was really your voice that became the passport.
Yes,
You're breaking into the industry kasi people would hear you on radio and then say na, baka this guy.
Yeah, I was, my name was DJ Big Brian during the time.
Okay. So nag-umpisa ka voiceover for live events muna before you did the commercials.
Events, yes,
okay. And the commercials you were doing were?
The commercials varies. Ang dami kong nagawang commercials for telecommunications, for vet products, for soft drinks, for banks. Marami na, samot-sari na.
Pati para sa Pentagon, no?
Yes, you did. Like I mentioned last time,
Defense Department,
hindi naman sila nag-react, but there was an occasion where they actually needed a Filipino voice for one of their materials that will be used in the South. So
in Tagalog?
In Tagalog. Kasi they believe na mas naiintindihan ng Filipino kaysa sa English way back in the South, pero mas marami mo rin mag-English doon kaysa mag-Tagalog.
Okay. And I guess that paid well, no?
Yes,
Pentagon,
it did. Well, it was coursed through an agency abroad kasi in the United States, kapag voice talent ka, kailangan may representation ka. Meron kang ahente doon. So, ganun din yung mga talents namin from abroad. Kami naman yung Philippine agency nila dito.
Is it a lucrative business for you?
It is a lucrative business. I mean, if you're really good, you don't spend like 5 to 10 minutes, or like spend 5 to 10 minutes lang inside the studio, and you get to be paid around 15,000 per radio commercial. So that's about 30 seconds. You do 4 times the amount of work you do in a week, then
15,000 for a 30-second commercial, which, and how many times, diba, may mga take yun
once, twice?
Once or twice. And then just like that.
Pag magaling ka talaga, I mean, you would not spend a lot of time inside the studio. And voice talents, na magagaling talaga ang kinukuha ng mga advertisers. Kasi they are spending millions, of course, na on airtime, and they want to get the real McCoy for the job, of course.
Okay. And of course, importante din yung, well, we'll go back to that after we get Pocholo's background, a little idea on the background. So how do you do it? How do you do it? But okay, Pocholo, ikaw muna, your background. How did you get into the industry?
Actually, I started here at ABS-CBN during the 1996. Tagal
That's
na.
not too far. Ikaw naman.
96?
Mas matagal nga ako rito. You made me feel so old.
Mga 12 years na rin. Sa DZMM.
Oo.
Pia.
May voice acting competition
Yeah,
pala.
so I'm one of the winner ng voice acting competition. And mostly sa lahat ng mga kasama ko ngayon, like sila Benji Durango, who did the voice of Dao Ming Sir, si Robert Brillante, si Simen ng Mitchell Garden. Ako yung father ni Sanchay doon eh. Sila Jeff Otanes, kami yung magkakabatch niya na one of the sought after din mga voice artists ngayon.
And wait, when you started in 96, you were how old?
I was 16.
16? Okay. So mga bata pa.
And then, yun, ang title ng programa namin, Radyo. Under Joey Galvez, tsaka May Valle.
And in a way, you broke into the industry through a contest.
Yes.
Competition. But before that, what were you? You were already, you were using your voice.
I'm just dreaming of being...
Dreaming pa lang.
Marinig ko lang yung boses ko sa radyo. Sabi ko, ako na yung pinakamasayang tao sa buong mundo. Parang ganun lang ka-simple.
Pero at 16 years old, but you continued your studies, you didn't stop.
No. I was studying in UP Diliman. My course is speech communication. And I took up my master's degree sa UP rin, mass communication. So, tuloy-tuloy na.
Okay. So, kanina, we were talking about, it's important to talk about how you break into the business. What do you need to do, no? So, okay. So, let's begin with how do you develop your skills as a voice talent? I mean, apart from getting all those breaks, before you get those breaks, kasi there are things you must do, right?
Okay.
Right?
Well, being a voice actor, it requires a lot of mastery ng voice acting. You do not become one overnight. In fact, it takes many years of practice and hard work. Kami, Troy and I, before we are doing what we're doing right now, like I mentioned, 12 years na in the making kami dito sa business. So, hindi naman namin dinidismaya yung mga iba na gusto mag-voiceovers. Pero you have to be really patient.
Okay. So, in other words, experience is built
talaga.
up over the years.
Over the years. Parang it's like taking up medicine, diba? When you're a doctor, newly grad ng medicine, di ba? Hindi mo pwedeng i-compare yung rate mo dun sa mga nagtatrabaho na ng 20, 30 years in the industry. In fact, kahit sino naman tanungin mo, mas pagkakatiwalaan nila yung doktor na mas bihasa dun sa craft na yun or sa field na yun ng medicine.
Okay.
The same thing goes with voiceovers. So, in order for you to get into the craft, you have to be willing to spend the necessary time to practice and learn, research. You can join acting clubs all over, maybe from theater sa school ninyo. You can also do some research on singing. Kasi ang principles, principles ng voiceovers and singing ay somewhat similar.
Okay. Does this mean if you're a good voice actor, you're good singers as well?
Well,
Not
not really. No, not really. Many
Okay.
voice actors can sing, but not all singers are good voice actors.
But we are.
Sample.
Pantahan.
Hindi, mamaya na.
Okay.
Okay. So, and you can also take workshops, I guess.
Yes,
no? I
of course. Workshops will do wonders.
These are very accessible. I mean, anywhere in the country, right? Where?
Actually, wala ngang workshop noon
Wala.
before.
Pero kayo, nagbibigay kayo ng
Yes,
workshop,
because
diba?
when I was in the States in 2003, I had a crash course sa voice acting. So I saw the potential of voice acting workshops sa Philippines kasi for the longest time, hindi siya na-professionalize eh. Yeah, there are professional voice artists, but the theory behind voice acting, medyo hindi na top yan. Kahit sa mass communication classes, wala yan eh. So, mass comm ako kaya alam kong walang voice acting class or subject. Merong radio drama or radio, pero hindi talaga particular sa voice acting. So, that's why we brought yung theory, the art of voice acting ni James Alberger here sa Philippines.
Okay. So, kayo lang ang nag-o-offer nito, yung workshop.
And
so,
we are the only one na recognized by
So,
now.
these workshops are held every month?
It's actually 4 times a year, quarterly siya. No? We have it, kasi the workshop itself runs for 2 months. So, in the entire workshop, nandyan, they will be taught yung mga basics ng voiceovers, how to handle microphones, do's and don'ts inside the studios, how to create voices, how do you make voices, essentially. Characterization, physicalization, everything, all the works. And then meron silang opportunity to dub, of course, dahil may mga dubbing sessions kami inside the studio. And
so wait, you said 4 times a year itong voice acting workshop. So There's one going on right now?
Yeah,
or
there
you're
is
about-
one going on right now.
Okay.
And in fact, just 2 more Saturdays, matatapos na yun.
Okay. It's a weekend thing, no?
It's a weekend thing, once
Oo.
every Saturday. Pero, hindi porket once lang siya a week, wala na kayong gagawin eh. Kasi,
May
in the-
homework
yeah,
na.
may homework. The entire span ng homework nila would entail them doing research on characterization, o di naman kaya practice scripts that they should record themselves at home, tapos pakikinggan namin, and then we will, of course, grade them or critique them in the end. And
So wait, I'm sure people are interested. So
Yeah.
your next workshop will start when?
the next workshop will be on July of, I think
First Saturday
First
of
Saturday,
July.
First
July 5,
Saturday of
This-
July. And then eight Saturdays yun,
Yeah,
diba?
8 Saturdays
Eight
yun.
Saturdays. And your fee for this, and where is it going to be held?
It's 8,000 pesos for 2 months.
That's not bad.
Actually, the
Yeah,
good
it
thing
is
about
not bad.
this, the major directors like Danny Mandia, Alex Agkawili, and Neil Erickson Tolentino are one of
Are
our
teaching.
Yes, are teaching. Are teaching.
professors
okay.
and instructors.
Ang aim talaga namin kasi dito is to develop yung knowledge and set it to everyone that voice acting is an art.
It is an art, yeah.
It's you know, it's an argument eh. When people are telling me, hey, how do you become one? Diba? It's like painting. It's either you're born to be a painter or not. Diba?
Okay.
I mean, you can learn the skills of painting, of yung pagpipinta, paghawak ng ng pagkulay and everything. However, kung hindi talaga nandun yung puso mo and yung dedication mo or passion mo dun sa art form na yun, you don't become a painter, diba?
Yeah. Sinasabi nga namin, ang isang painter, kahit hindi mo bayaran, magpe-paint pa rin yan.
Yes.
Ang sinasabi namin dito sa workshop lagi, huwag niyo maging motivation ang pera.
Ang pera, oo.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi kayo tatagal dito.
Right,
Napakahirap. Only a few hundreds of people talaga. Mas marami pang doktor, abogado, engineer sa mga voice artists.
Yes.
Even sa ibang channel, mga sila-sila rin ang mga nagbo-voice
Okay.
dyan.
And this voice acting workshop is held where?
It's held in our studio in Makati. It's in we have our studio near Cash and Carry in Makati. It's along
Yeah, in
Barangay
Dian
Palanan,
Street.
Dian Street.
Okay.
When-
So, are you saying that once they attend that workshop, that's the passport already?
No, not
Hindi,
really.
diba?
No, we.
No.
In fact, to tell you honestly, many of the workshops attendees namin, hindi sila nagpupursue ng career in voiceovers.
Oh, because?
Because
Because you tell them na
no, we
wala kayong
basically
pag-asa rito.
no,
Laking-
not really. We just
No.
tell them na it's up to you to pursue it. Only you can determine the level of success you want to do in this industry. I mean, many of them are secretaries. We have lawyers, teachers, people in sales who are trying to learn from it. Kasi yung craft, the way you communicate with people and bring about a conversation and deliver lines cleverly is very important eh. It makes you more believable, it makes you more credible. And yun ang foundation of voiceovers eh, making it believable and real.
Mostly mga marketing people talaga.
Mostly
yung
marketing
mga-
people na pupunta sa
in this present class, you have how many people?
we have 20
20.
students.
Do
because
you
they're
limit?
limited.
Is there a
Yeah.
limit?
Yeah, there's a limit.
Kailangan 20.
And no,
Sampu
no.
lang. Sampu
Two
lang.
sessions.
Sampu lang
siya.
sana.
First
two
session is
sessions.
10. That's the
okay.
maximum.
And how many hours on a Saturday?
Wow,
It's
2 to
3 to
3. Minsan maabot ang 4 hours eh.
Okay.
Per session.
Okay. And ano to? There are some skills that are written down here, like, and I wanted you to just quickly go over it with me. You know, itong warming up your vocal cords, how to
Yeah.
properly put stress on words, the right volume and range, and developing resonance.
Yes, well.
Ano yan?
Okay, was first up yung proper warm-up ng vocals. Just like singing, lahat ng mga singers, kailangan nag-warm up yan bago bago kumanta. In the same manner, yung mga voice actors, they have to warm up their voice. Warm up meaning kailangan magbasa ka ng script, ng material, or you have to exercise your cheeks, your muscles, and your tongue, kasi those are important factors in delivering your lines.
Like?
Well, one example is whenever you go to a recording studio, bago ka dumating sa recording studio mo, is you will have to read out all the signs that you see. I do that.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Anything you see along the way.
Anything
okay.
you see along the way. You might sound, crazy
Yeah.
or stupid. Bakit mo binabasa yan? But the point is, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself because you want to condition your voice to its prime that when you get to the studio, okay ka na. Pwede ka nang isalang.
Kasi lahat ng mga billboards, pwede mong gawing audio yan eh. Like pag nabasa mo, sakay ka ng MRT, babasahin mo siya out loud. Nakakatawa siya pero it really helps.
It really helps.
Tapos tinitingnan ka na
Oh,
ng
yeah,
tao. Parang,
especially in our
ginagawa
end,
nito.
parang mga to.
Pero Yun kami.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay.
Oh, that's one.
One other thing about getting to the industry is marketing yourself. Diba? So you take workshops and you're good. So how do you go about, I mean, do you call up these
Okay.
people? I mean, how do you let them know na I'm available? Parang ganon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kasi una-una sa lahat, dapat kilala ka rin ng mga recording studio. You should go there, like, present yourself if you're really good. And then they will make you some voice filing na tinatawag.
Okay.
So,
Parang audition tape.
parang audition CD
Okay.
or demo
Demo reel. Oo.
Actually, it's not called demo reel
Ah, it's
anymore.
not. Oh,
It's
what's it
demo
called?
CD na.
Demo CD.
Kasi wala nang mga reels.
Walang reel. Okay.
Yun nga yung misconnotation ng mga tao.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
demo tape. Wala na naman tape.
Wala nang tape.
More on
Demo
demo
CD.
CD na.
Okay.
Yun. Maraming mga recording studio sa Makati na pwede nilang puntahan. Like Hit Production, Sound Design, Cutting Edge, Liquid Pose na.
And where do they get the addresses of these? Pwede
they
i-Google,
can
no?
Google it.
Madali lang.
But,
Okay.
Partner din
So in
namin
other
sila.
words, parang put your foot in the door. Parang
Well, word of
Just-
caution about
yeah.
that. You know, anybody can apply to be a news actor or an on-screen actor or a newsman, 'di ba? Pero bakit hindi nakukuha kagad? Dahil kailangan mo ng set of skills and mastery and knowledge of the art bago ka sumalang doon. Syempre, paano ka nila pagkakatiwalaan kung hindi mo alam yung dapat mong gawin? The minute you step into the studio, dapat alam mo kung what you should do, right? How do you take care of yourself behind the microphone? And kasi for the longest time, ang voiceovers, ang conception ng voiceovers, pag minarket mo siya, is through referrals. So people would ask, uy, sino mong kilala mo dito ang voiceover? Sinong ganyan, ganyan, ganyan? So, syempre, kung sino lang yung kilala, kung sino yung ano to, yun ang nabibigyan. Now,
Okay.
with the onset of technology, there is a wide range of ways for you to express your services. No? Online, offline, right? Creating demos, iba rin kasi ang demo ng mga DJs, iba ang demo ng voiceovers, iba rin ang demo kung kakanta ka. So you should know how to create one. And of course, having proper knowledge and background about whatever you're trying to present. Kasi
Okay. Yeah.
yung mga voiceovers, they have fortes eh. For example, ikaw magaling ka lang sa characterization, you might
And
consider...
characterization is
Characterization is...
Yun yung mga, di ba sa commercial, may voiceover. Pero mga, ano dyan, parang mga boses iba-iba na, like yung sa isang commercial, pare, sigaripit at sigaripat, nakaupo sa bangko, umalis sigaripat, bumili ng Pepsi, ang ganun. Siya yung character voice. Tapos merong isang voiceover na standard na sasabihin.
Yung
8 pesos na lang. Siya yung VO.
Siya yung VO. Yun ang
Okay.
per
Mas
DP
mahal yun
NCR.
kasi
Yeah.
standard yan. Like
Yeah.
yung sa mga telecoms, siya yung maganda masyadong
yeah.
boses.
Okay. So just a little review. Take workshops and
Take
study on
workshops.
your own. Learn
Yes.
as much as possible.
Yes.
Then number 2, parang put your foot in the door.
Yes.
Send. Once you're confident about your skills, that's when you send out your demo CDs. Parang ganon.
You know, you could
Oo.
always ask for the help of voice coaches to properly tell you kung ano yung qualities ng boss mo na dapat mong alagaan. And pinpoint exactly what is it that you need to improve on.
Okay.
Kasi-
And you guys do that, right?
Yes,
in
we
the
do.
workshop.
We do.
Oo.
In the workshop. After the entire session, meron kami one-on-one recording with them, and we tell them exactly kung ano yung kailangan nila i-improve on.
Yeah. Okay. What do producers look for in a voice talent?
Okay, number one, ang hinahanap ng producer is the heart. Okay, the heart of the acting.
Yeah.
Kasi kahit gaan, it's always this misconception that whenever you have a good voice, pwede ka nang sumalang. Whenever malaki lang boses mo, pwede ka nang maging voice overs. In fact, karamihan ng mga DJs na kilala ko, mga kumpadres ko, hindi mga voice actors. Many of them cannot even perform for a commercial. Okay? Kasi iba yung acting eh. You know, you don't need to have a very big booming voice to become a voice talent. Mas accepted ngayon ang natural.
Yeah.
Problem kasi ng
Because
iba.
not everybody, I mean, natural is what is the
Natural
rule,
is
diba?
usual, yeah.
Is more the rule than the exception. I mean,
True.
very few people have booming voices. Like, yeah, I can think of some. But okay, so yung may puso, yung talagang
Yes.
yung hindi lang boses.
Hindi lang boses.
Yeah,
Kasi
okay.
quality of the voice comes second na lang eh. And madidinig naman kagad yan kung may potential yung talent or wala eh.
Makikita mo kagad dyan sa reading pa lang.
Sa bagbasa
Kasi
pa lang.
yung iba nagsising-song. That's what we call batibot style. Yung, talaga? Nakakatuwa ka naman.
Oh, you know, yeah, some people, I don't know why, no, when we hear commercials or yung mga radio or even TV, many actors, actresses, or people on radio, they
tend to sing song.
Sing song and pare-pareho yung intonation.
Yung pattern.
Ano yun, parang it's so...
Siguro, yun ang nakalakihan. Na napapakinggan.
So parang they think na, yung talaga, ganun. Everybody says, talaga, ganun.
Pwede naman sila sabihin na, talaga?
Talaga?
Mas natural.
Talaga? Okay. Well, we're going to break now, but just very quickly, what's important about to remember when you think about how to make a voice? For example, there's one here which is really interesting.
Okay.
You guys say that you have to think of shapes and color. What do you mean by that?
Well, that's only one of the factors that you can consider when creating voice.
Like dark voice, yun nga kasi pwede mong i-relate ang dark sa boses eh. So, pag narinig mo yung dark, syempre parang masama.
You think of dark colors,
boses mo. Pag ang naiisip mo ay itim.
Pero pag puti, masaya yan.
Masaya.
Talagang masigla. Maaliwalas. That's the difference. You can relate talaga.
You can relate.
Yung voice sa mga colors.
Kasi sa animation, it's one of the most siguro challenging parts of doing voiceovers talaga. Nakikita mo kagad kung babagay yung boses dun sa character eh. Hindi ka naman makakita ng malaking character na ang liit-liit ng boses, di ba? Or the shape na bilog tapos payat yung boses niya.
Sa animation kasi kailangan stereotype pa rin.
Stereotype.
Hindi mo pwedeng gamitin yung ganitong boses do. Uy, ang liit-liit ko. Tunog maliit ka ba?
Uy, ang laki-laki ko!
Di ba? Hindi naman eh. So, kailangan, may isa kasi ako napanood sa isang programa. Baligtad. So, minsan parang, kung ikaw nanonood, ay hindi bagay, gano'n kagad yung...
For commercial, halimbawa, you need to imagine the character, right?
Yeah.
And there is such a thing as a character worksheet.
Yes, there is.
Yeah?
The worksheet involves you giving the utmost, yung details about your character.
Who does that for ikaw mismo?
No,
or
the writer.
Yung mismo gagawa ng boses.
Tsaka yung copyright.
Oh yeah, the copywriter provides it. If you're talking about the commercial, sa script, pino-provide yun ng copywriter. Sometimes, ito yung details ng ganito, ganyan.
Kasi bigla ka na lang papasok yung line mo eh. So, saan ang galing yun? Anong dahilan? And then, may sasalo sa yung line. So, kailangan maramdaman ka agad, pare, nalulungkot ako. Like this commercial na, pare, konti na lang pera ko. Ako rin eh. So, parang doon pa lang, alam mong wala silang pera. And then, it's a fast food commercial.
Pero sa voiceovers per se, when you say a character worksheet naman, it's talking about the details ng quality ng boses. Like, kasi it affects everything. Like, the stance, kung ito ba ay smile, kung ito bang character nito, malungkutin, masayahin, whatever. May mga information doon na you will fill up based on whatever your expectations sa characters mo. And then, ang kagandahan dito, whenever you do a worksheet ng iyong character, mawala man yan, okay, makalimutan mo man yung boses na yan, pag nakita mo yung worksheet na yan, maalala mo ulit.
Okay, and that's where the acting comes in voice acting. Okay, it's not as simple as just a voice. You're really acting.
Just like my case, I have like 100 characters. I'm doing 10 animation for Hero TV and ABS-CBN now eh. So, ang dami niyan. Paano iba-iba yan.
Okay.
Nakakalito kung hindi ka sanay.
Minsan, yung ibang character, pumapasok dito, parang gano'n.
Nag-uusap pa yan.
Okay, thank you very much. Pocholo Gonzales and Brian Ligsay of Creative Voices. Salamat. You'll join the last segment. Thank you. We're taking a break first. When we come back, we'll meet a voice talent who at a young age is already living her dream of becoming a dubber. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.